Hello and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I've got a double review for you. I have a set of markers and I have a colouring book. Now both of these items are unrelated to each other. It's just that I received them on the same day and I use these markers to colour an illustration in the book. So I thought it might be fun to do a double review just for a bit of a change. First of all, we're going to start off with the colouring book, and this is called Confessions of a Colouring Addict by Sarah Renee Clark. Now you may recognise her name as she already has a lot of colouring books out on the market and loads of colouring printables on her website as well. She's also the creator of the brilliant colour catalogue which I featured on my channel last month, and this is her latest release. So Confessions of a Colouring Addict is exactly what you would imagine it to be from the title. It is quirky little phrases about how addicted we are to colouring. It's 30 different colouring pages of words and sentences that are describing our addiction. So we have, first of all, this quite quirky introduction from Sarah. Do you find yourself colouring to get away from it all? Do you ever choose colouring over eating, sleeping or being social? The diagnosis is in, you're a colouring addict. So this book really focuses on colourists, and everybody watching this video I'm sure will be able to relate to some of these pages in some way. Now first of all, we've got thumbnails of all of the pages that are included and a little bit of information about where you can share your finished pages and where you can find Sarah on social media. So the first page here is the nameplate page. It says, hello, my name is blank and I'm a colouring addict. So it's a lot like these, the traditional view that we have of these AA meetings, these alcoholic anonymous meetings where you stand up and you say, hello, my name is Claire and I'm an alcoholic, whatever. So this is kind of the vein of the whole book. And as you can see, I have finished this first page. I coloured it with Lyra Rembrandt Polycolour pencils. And I just wanted to see how pencils reacted to the paper, and you know, I just wanted to have fun with this page. And yeah, I really enjoyed colouring that one. So as we move through, you'll see every single page we have lots of really funny phrases. I have enough colouring books, said no one ever, because of course you can never have enough colouring books. Just pour me my tea, hand me my pencils and slowly back away. Colouring is my therapy. This is probably the next one I'm going to do, and I might even frame that for my colouring station because it is so true. It's the reason I started colouring all those years ago, and it still helps me every single day with my mental health. Colouring addict at work. I'm not a hoarder, I just need a bigger craft room. It's so true. We never have enough room, do we, for our supplies and our books. If anyone says you colour too much, don't be their friend. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Ice cream is good, but colouring is carb free. So true, but still love ice cream, gotta say. All the colours of the rainbow. So some of these illustrations have more realistic kind of theme, if you know what I mean. We have the cup with the colouring pencils in a realistic scene, whereas some of them are quite abstract, and we have a lot of pattern, just like this one. We also have this one here with the lady. It says, colour your stress away. She looks lovely and serene with the butterflies and all of her flowing hair. Put colouring at the top of your to-do list today. At least you'll get one thing done. How true. How many things have you ever put off because you need to finish your colouring project? I do it almost every day. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy colouring books, and that's pretty close. Sleep, eat, colour, repeat. Another really good one for displaying around your colouring station. So many pages, so little time, and I really love that we have this kind of steampunk cog pipes sort of illustration around it. There's a lot of different sort of illustrations within this book, even though they're all text-based. Don't ever tell me to stop colouring. Who would dare? Colour your way. I'm a Colourholics Anonymous dropout. So one thing you'll notice as we go through is that colour is spelt with an O. Sarah is from Australia, and usually I found Australians do spell it the English way with the U, but some of the time they like to stick to the American spelling of colour. It doesn't really bother me. Colour outside the lines. I'm a colourholic on the road to recovery. Just kidding, I'm on the road to the craft shop. I love this, all the pencils kind of around the road, it's awesome. Be the colour in this black and white world. This would be an awesome one to do a pop of colour on the word colour here and the rest of it in monochrome black and white. I'm totally addicted to colouring. So again, we have the clipboard, we have all of the different colouring materials, highlighters, pencils, all sorts of things. Another abstract one, life was made for colouring. Can't stop colouring. I colour, therefore I hoard. And here's the one that I did with the markers that I'll be showing you in just a moment. The only thing better than a good friend is a good friend with new pencils. So I picked out 9 different colours to do this with from the marker set because I wanted to create 3 different colour blends of 3 different colours, so 3 times 3. So I used a purple, a magenta, and then a dark pink. I used a blue, a medium blue, and then an aqua. And then I used an orange, a dark yellow, and a light yellow to create these blends. I was basically testing out the markers to see if they could do any kind of blend. With them being water-based, you don't usually get any kind of blending properties out of them. But I think it did pretty well, to be honest. I quite like how the page came out. I also used the grey to go around the letters just to create a bit of a shadow to lift it from the page. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. So I think it looks awesome. I think it looks very clean, and I was going to colour the background, but I thought it just looked nice as it was. It's really poppy-outy, if that's even a word. Never stop colouring. Leave no space uncoloured. I promise I'm almost done. How many times have we even said that? And then it's an hour later and you're not done. Just one more page. Colour your world. And one more, which is the handily included colour wheel. So this is quite a comprehensive colour wheel where you can fill in your own colours from whatever pencil or marker set that you're using, the different tonal values of the colours. So we've got green, blue, 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 violet, 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 red, and so on. And you can compare different colours and shades, and even do a bit of a palette down here in these honeycombs if you wish. And then this is a little bit of promo for Sarah's other projects and colouring books, so that you can go and find all of her other work. And that is the end. So just to go through the paper as well, this is an Amazon Create Space published book, so it is the standard fare of Amazon paper. It's not brilliant, but it's not horrible either. It's taken pencils really, really well. I did great blends with pencils. The only thing I would say is that the markers bled through to the other side, which I wasn't expecting with them being water-based, so I didn't put anything behind to protect it. Silly me, first rule of colouring. But they did go through to the other side, and not all water-based markers will do this. I think it has something to do with these markers in particular, but I will get onto that in a moment. So this book is available on Amazon UK, Amazon US, and also the Book Depository as well. It's currently £7.52 on Amazon UK, $6.95 on Amazon US, and as I say, it is available on the Book Depository. All of the links are going to be in the description for this book, so that you can head off and buy it if you're a colouring addict and you want to show the world. So absolutely beautiful. Here's a couple of images that have been coloured from the book, so that you can see what you can achieve with all of these different illustrations. And yeah, absolutely love it. I think it's awesome, it's fun, and yeah. So we'll move on to the markers. These are Artuli markers, and before I get started with the review of these, I need to just drop in a disclaimer that these are only available on Amazon US. They're not available currently to the UK, so apologies to all of my UK followers, but I know a lot of my US followers will be really pleased about seeing these. So hopefully they might be coming to the UK in the future. We will have to watch this space. So first of all, they come in this zippered case made out of canvas, and it's a nice way to keep your pens all together, not have them rattling around, and you can take it out with you, and they're quite portable in that way. We open it up, and here is the full range of 36 different colours. So as you can see, we've got a really nice range of shades. We've got a few greys, we've got a few browns as well. Often browns are sort of left out on these smaller sets, but we do have a good range here. We've also got a couple of skin tone kind of pens included as well. Loads of reds, pinks and purples, not too many yellows and oranges. decent range of blues, and I would say the most lacking is the greens. We only really have 3 proper greens out of the 36. So the canvas pack here has this loop that you can attach it to anything you want, your bag or whatever. And as I say, it is zippered, so it's all going to keep them nice and compact. They all have elastic loops to keep them steady in one place, so they're not you know, falling around in your bag and leaking or anything like that. So that's really good. Now let's just grab a pen and have a look at the barrel. So it says water-based, R2 non-toxic, and they are dual tipped, as you may have guessed already. So one end has a 1 to 4 millimeter brush nib, and the other end has a 0.4 mil fine liner. And the reason you can tell the difference is these are actually tapered, so it's thicker at this end and it tapers down to a thinner point at this end. You can also see that there is a little ridged area here, which indicates the brush nib side. So let's open it up. It does click nice and tightly, so it's not going to fall off or dry out. And you can see that we have a really long, lovely, flexible nib here, which I'll be showing you in a moment. And then on the other side, we have that 0.4 mil fine liner for doing details or adding in any of your own sort of bits of illustration to your colouring, which I know some people do like to do. Now let's have a look at the colours on paper. I'm just going to get out my sketchbook, and here you can see the R2 36 have all been swatched out ready. So I've done the fine liner and I've done the brush nib, and here are all the colours. So really nice. I love this green and pink together, they're beautiful. As I say, there's not too many greens. We have a nice little combo of skin tones down here and loads of different purples. Some of them are quite similar to each other, especially these kind of pinky purples. They lay down really nicely, but of course they are water-based, not alcohol-based, so you are going to encounter streaking on larger areas. But as for flow, they're really smooth on the page. They don't stutter or stick when you're doing lines. The lines flow really nicely and they feel nice and juicy. So now that we've had a look at the colours, which by the way don't always match up with the caps, the colours are actually somewhat darker than the caps, so you do want to actually swatch them out before you do any colouring. So yes, now that we've had a look, let's have a look properly at these brush nibs. So we'll get a little bit of paper. If I can get some, yep, here we go, let's get a bit of card. And just to show you up close, let's zoom in a bit. You can see these beautiful brush nib. It's really flexible. You can do sort of dotting techniques, teardrop techniques if you wanted to maybe do a flower. You could do that if you wanted to embellish your colouring pages a little bit. I'm no good at this, so I'm just trying my best really quickly to show you. And then of course on the other side you can use your fine nib to create detail. So really handy to take out with you if you're looking for something that isn't very expensive, that you can just chuck in your bag, and that is your on-the-go portable colouring set. You want something that's dual tipped, so you've got the brush to block in larger areas and you've got the fine liner to do detailing. This is perfect. It's all in one portable package, it's not expensive, and it has the beautiful brush nib instead of the standard bullet or chisel that we normally get on these kind of pens. So I'm really pleased with these for the price. They are quite cheap looking, they feel really light. Some of the writing looks like it would chip off really quite easily. So they're not, you know, they're not the best pens in the world, but for the price, which is $11.89, incredible price, they're brilliant, they're absolutely brilliant. We also have this one here that looks metallic, but it's not actually metallic, but you could use that as a silver if you were hard pressed to find anything else. But it was quite jarring because it does have a metallic tip, a metallic cap, sorry, which hopefully you can see the difference on here. So yeah, just be aware of that. But overall, absolutely love them. When you purchase them for $11.89, as if all of the 36 pens was not enough, you also get a bonus colouring book PDF sent to you that you can practice straight away with your pens and have a go with them. Just a bit of housekeeping information. They are odourless, They're acid free and they're non-toxic. They're also specially designed to be smooth flowing, as I mentioned earlier, and they are very fast drying as well. Now you did notice, hopefully, in the book review that I just did, that you can get some blends out of them, as I mentioned before. So just having a quick look, they're not perfect seamless blends. Of course, we wouldn't expect that with water-based pens, but they're okay. Now, the brush nib, as I said, is very, very juicy. And if you do stay on one area for a bit too long, they are going to bleed through. So just do be aware, because usually with water-based pens, we're used to them not bleeding through, but these ones are very juicy and they do bleed. So just be aware of that when you are colouring. So all of the links for everything I've shown you today is going to be in the description, and I am aware that I am going really, really fast in this review. I don't know why. I feel like I'm a bit manic today. I think it's probably because I've been really poorly over the weekend, and today is the day that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but I do just want to get this out of the way as soon as possible because I sort of still feel a bit meh. So I hope it hasn't been too much of a manic review for you today. Please do let me know in the comments what you thought of the book and the markers, and whether you're going to buy them or not, and what you think. My throat's going now, so I will close. Please do click subscribe and the thumbs up to help the channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.